It impacts everybody. What I like about it is, if a kid's not sleeping, no one else is. And so it can really impact the whole family immediately. I just wanted to make sure we address sleep and know that we have a lot to contribute to sleep problems, because a lot of the kids and adults we work with struggle with sleep problems that affects sort of everything else they do throughout the day. And we just have so much to offer, and we can really make a difference, and it can be very rewarding quickly. I mean, we've worked with kids, and I think that's the easy cases that everybody can sort of see, but the case that was really cool, because we also had John Horn stop by, was a 61-year-old UCP client who, for as many years as they could remember, really struggled with any meaningful sleep, like less than 4 hours, sort of all over all day. And he just shared that, he's sleeping 8.5 hours every night. And we had to sort of work, carefully, peacefully, with respecting his rights as a 61-year-old. We can decide whether he wants to sleep or not, and also work with, the staff and around their, barriers, and help shift really sleep to the time that it should be. Because, he was probably getting fragmented sleep here and there, but we really wanted him to sleep, have a good night's sleep. And so just working on making sleep valuable at night and other things valuable during the day, and making sure that his day is really fun and exciting, so he doesn't want to sleep during the day anyway. And they've done it. They did such a fantastic job, and it was a very rewarding one, because you think, he's 61, it's too late, it's been a lifetime of sort of bad sleep, and we can't do much, but we showed that it can be done. And I think for me, the big shift and really being actually effective at this was to look at sleep conceptually differently, and not think of it as a behavior, but think of it as the reinforcer. Recognize it as sleep is the reinforcer. We got to think about all the other behaviors we got to teach for that reinforcer, which is really a biological state to be accessed. And once you think about it that way, and just like, with SBT, with anything else we do, we talk about HRE and synthesized reinforcement, and making sure that reinforcement context is valuable if you want to teach any of these other skills. Well, it's the same thing here, except our job is a little easier in the sense that sleep is the reinforcer. You just got to make sure it's valuable at a time that you want the individual to sleep. And culturally, we're bound by sort of what our society dictates now, which is nighttime sleep. So that shift for me was really meaningful, because as opposed to kind of looking at sleep as a behavior that I need to reinforce with other things, looking at it as the reinforcer, and then behavioral quietude or falling asleep as the behaviors was helpful. So, and like any other reinforcer and reinforcement contingency, you kind of think about it in the context of everything else that's going on. So at any given moment, you could do this and access this, or you could do that and access this other thing. So you kind of have to manage all the other contingencies that are available, and potentially, decrease the value of those other reinforcers at that time. Yeah, I think what was cool about Sandy Jin's study, all of these strategies that she put together have existed. We have fading of the bedtime and using other strategies in different research, and she kind of put this package together. Since 2013, we've sort of moved beyond that and have made it even more sensitive to what we know about trauma, and moving away from sort of extinction-driven strategies, and really focusing on the experience. And I think we've been able to use the same package, but soften some of it and incorporate some of those other considerations for safety and the experience, the immediate experience. And so I'd love to kind of just even see some replications of this with different populations, older populations, kids that engage in severe problem behavior, for whom parents would be like, I don't know how to do this safely, at nighttime. That would be interesting, like the 61-year-old, case example, where we had to work within the parameters of what his age dictates. So that on that end. And then also I really think we have a lot to contribute to infant sleep, just prevention. Like, parents come home with their babies, and it's like everybody thinks that means you don't sleep, but it's not true. We can very easily make that first year much easier if the baby slept at night, and mom slept at night, and dad slept at night. And we have so much to contribute to that, and it's not the cry it out method. So I think I would love to see applications of that and being published, so that it's more readily available.